Good day everyone, you are welcome to this tutorial. In this video, I want to show you how to create Fishnet or sampling grid in ArcGIS Pro. Briefly, let me explain to you what is meant by sampling grid. A sampling grid in GIS is a conceptual framework used to systematically collect spatial data within a defined area, and it consists of regular grid of points or cells which serve as location from which data can be gathered, analyzed or modeled. So this method allows for consistent and uniform data acquisition over a study area, and of course it has many applications. For example, in data collection, it facilitates systematic collection of environmental data like soil sample, vegetation survey, and so on. Likewise, it has application in spatial analysis. In this instance, it assists in analyzing spatial distribution of various phenomena. Likewise, it has application in geostatistical modeling. So it has various applications like landscape ecology, remote sensing, environmental monitoring, land use planning, infrastructural development, and so on. So in this video, I will show you what sampling grid is and how to create one in ArcGIS Pro. So let's go back to ArcGIS Pro. In ArcGIS Pro, to make the work easier, let's bring in our study area boundary. To do that, I will click on Add Data. I will navigate to my working folder, and here I want to use this study area shapefile, and I will click on OK. Yes, you can see this is my study area. To create the sampling grid, come to Analysis and click on Tools. So when you click on Tools, it will open the Geoprocessing tool. Then come under these two boxes and navigate to Data Management tool. Let me click to expand it. Then scroll down and look for sampling. And here is it. So click to expand it. And here you can see Create Fishnet. Create a fishnet of regular cells. The output can be polyline or polygon feature. So let me click to open the tool. When you open the tool, under Parameter, the output feature class, you are to navigate to your working folder and give it a name. So let me navigate to my working folder. For example, I'm saving it here as, let me call it sampling grid 2. And then I'll click on OK. Here you can see fetch origin coordinate. If you have the coordinates, you can enter it directly here. Otherwise, we are going to use template extent. And here we have different options of template extent. The first one is current extent display. That is, if you want to create it to the extent of the display extent. And number 2, we have another option here, which is draw extent. So you can draw a rectangle on the map or scene to set the extent. And another option here is extent of a layer. That is, get the extent from a layer or all layers in the active map. And of course, there's another option here to browse and bring in an existing data set to set the extent. And here you can paste from clipboard, that is, copy and paste extent from clipboard. And if you select one and you want to reset it, you can click on this icon to reset it. In this video, I want to use extent of my study area, so I will choose these options, which is extent of a layer. I'll click on the drop down and I'll select my study area. When I select my study area, automatically it will enter the fishnet origin coordinates, as you can see it here. And you can see the bottom and the left and right and top extent here as well. Then if I scroll down here, cell size width, you have to specify. Let's assume I want to create grid size of, let's say, 3 kilometer by 3 kilometer. So in that case, I'll enter 3000 meter by 3000 meter. I'm entering in meter because my map is set to meter. So this implies 3 kilometer by 3 kilometer. Then if you look here, you can see number of rows, number of column. You can directly specify here, or you can set it under environment. Then come to geometry. The geometry type, click on the drop down and select polygon. Then if I scroll down a bit, make sure you check this create label points, and this implies that there will be points at the center of each of the grid. So that's the essence of that, to put point at the center of each of the grid. Then come to environment. Under environment, the output coordinate system, click on the drop down. I want it as my study area. I'll select it. Then we have to choose the processing extent. Similarly, the processing extent, I want it to be according to my study area. So I'll click here and choose my study area. Immediately I do that, it will capture the top, left, right, and bottom coordinates. So after you have done that, leave other thing at default and click on this option called run. If I click on it, the process is running. Yes, the fishnet is created. Now I can see it here. You can see that fishnet has been created around my study area. So I can pin this. Then to appreciate it better, I'll come to here. You can see sampling grade 2, which I created. I can click here to open the symbology, and I'll choose hollow so that I can see my study area very well, and also the sampling grid label that has been inserted. Now if I am interested only within my study area, I can actually clip it using my study area boundary. So to do that, I can close this and open my geoprocessing tool. Then go back a step and then come to this area and search for clip. Then hit enter button. When I hit the enter button, come to this first option, clip, under analysis tool. Click on it. Then input feature or data set, that will be our sampling grid 2. Then the clip feature will be our study area, which is study area. Then our output, you can save it in your, navigate to your working folder and save it, or leave it at default folder and click on run. So it will run and clip only the grids that fall within our study area. Yes, it is done. So I can uncheck this. You can see that it has clipped all the grids that fall only within my study area. And in conclusion, sampling grids are essential for scientific analysis and decision making in various fields. So in essence, this is how to create fishnet or sampling grid in ArcGIS Pro. If you like this video, give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.